Hey guys, it's Sharon with Little Britain Company. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to try to finish up this Lucky Charm pack. Let's see, a couple days ago I finished up my junk journal. I love it. I actually don't think I don't know if I'm going to sell it because I really love it. But I've prepped enough pieces to make 3 of these great little mini journals. I'm going to jump in. I apologize ahead of time if I am not my normal high energy self. It's been a long haul with little Brit and this elbow injury, which is turning out to be a lot more complicated than we thought. We've been up a lot, and somewhere along the line, not surprisingly, in and out of emergency rooms and hospital rooms and doctor's offices, I picked up something. I picked up something. So anyway, more fun for me. And Big Brit has just been absolutely amazing taking care of us and all that great stuff. So I'll make sure you'll have seen a picture of what I'm making, because I'll make sure that it's in the picture that you see about what, just come see. So these are based on the cut aparts that are 3x4. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is from some of the Ollie's paper. So I'm starting to use up some of the Ollie's things that we got this summer. And yeah, starting to get into some of that and trying to reasonably, I know I'm fuzzy. I'm just like, Sharon, what are you talking about? You're just kind of going on. I am a wee bit fuzzy. It has been, it's been a week, guys. This all started on Sunday. Today is Friday, so it's been a week. Anyway, I'm going to jump in. I'm just going to jump in and start working on, my glue. You know what's funny? I got, when you order this My Sweet Petunia, and maybe I just didn't realize that the other one was different. This nozzle is different from the other nozzle, which lets out a whole lot of glue. A lot. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I am using my little piece here. This gives me about, this is 3/4 of an inch. So it gives me 3/4 of an inch all the way around, which is perfectly fine for what I am doing. So I am jumping in and getting started. I do want to get some of this done. It got really warm here today, by the way. Let's see, 3/4 of an inch. That's a full inch, which means I need 1 more 1/4 of an inch. I think that's going to be right. Well, it can't be right. I need that whole piece to there. Let me just make a little mark so I know where I'm going to. Because I don't want to do a whole bunch of cutting. I could, I suppose. I just want to attach. I'm in an attaching mood. So I'm going to move this one over and see if I can get most of these. Like I said, I'm making 3 of these. Y'all tell me if I sound crazy today, because I probably sound a little crazy today. I have not slept particularly well. Shocking that, right? just shocking. I'm certainly not going to get 3, but I will get 2 sets out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down so I can get to the next one. Let me grab my little handy cutter here. Word. If I can get it up on here. I want to make sure that I burnish real quick. And I'm going to do it this way really quick. I like to do this because it tells me where my line should be. So I know. think I'm making, honestly, I don't think I'm making any sense whatsoever. Let me do it this way. And then move it over a little bit. That might help. Yeah, that'll do. Close enough. Perfect. That was just wild. I'll get better today. Got to get better. Yeah, so the more we understand about his actual injury, the more we understand kind of what the long haul is going to look like for little Brit in getting his this injury solved. But he is young and he will bounce. All right, I'm going to put this away so that I can go ahead and knock into the camera and send you guys spinning. Get these other ones on here. So yeah, I mean, it was not a it was a bad break. It was a bad break, and more importantly, it wasn't just a break. He tore ligaments in his elbow, and that is where we are running into all sorts of problems. So, you know, I think I said he couldn't just get a cast. It had to be surgery and a big screw. But he's doing better today. He said today it's less pain, but the itching is driving him crazy. So, and he'll start his physical therapy really, really quickly, which is very interesting to me. The physical therapy happens like in 2 weeks, guys. He'll get the stitches out and they'll start the physical therapy. So, I mean, I guess that's good. I mean, he's young. He's very young. And at 14, they bounce. I am not 14 anymore. I'm not even remotely close to 14. I don't bounce. But I am very grateful that my son will, or that our youngest will. We do have 3 sons. So I'm very grateful that this son is going to bounce. The other ones are pretty young too. I think they'll bounce. Okay, let me concentrate on what I'm doing instead of being modeling. I'm going to get out another sheet of this. I'll show you what I'm using. This is the color box. Now, I will say normally I find this particular paper to be very thin. This one has actually a really nice, it's got a good weight to it. So that's good. Get another sheet of this. I'm going to need it. And you get 6 sheets of each color. I really like this one. I think this is very springy. I'll put this aside. We'll come back to that. Come back to those. I keep putting everything away. I don't think putting it away is useful. I want to show, I don't know if you all can see this. I'm going to zoom in just for a minute. At the top of the paper, Color Box has this. That is not perforated. Just so you know, and I do appreciate that because I believe the page, let's see. Yeah, basically you're getting an extra, you know, almost a 1/4 inch. No, you are getting an extra 1/4 inch. And because it's not perforated, you can really use that. I mean, you just have to put the lined side on the back side. So I think that's great. What I was saying earlier about these bottles and the tips was that this one, which is the one it came with, this is the one that already had, you know, that was in the gun and ready to go. This seems to have a much smaller tip, meaning not as much glue comes out. And the other one absolutely seems to have a much wider tip. And so with the other one, glue really just kind of pours out. And I'm sure that there are times when that is something that I want, but generally not. So I'm going to try. I mean, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe somebody out there knows what I'm doing. Maybe maybe it's the glue I'm using, because it did not, the other one did not come filled with this particular type of glue. So I am ordering the Nouveau glue again. Seems to be pretty good. Has anyone ever had a lot of experience with this particular glue? I am interested. So the other, so I put my normal art glitter glue into the other one, and maybe that's why it's all coming out so fast. It might just be my art glitter glue being, you know, being the problem, and not the, not this problem, but being the change there, and not the container, and not the nozzle. Okay, let me get this guy back out again. I'm just going back and forth. Back and forth. Here we go. I'm going to pull this off. I am trying to get some continuity. I feel very much like getting order in my life today. I think that's why I'm doing it this way. I feel like I really need some order in my life after this week. So that's why I'm doing it that way. It's just, whew. We all have weeks like that, don't we? We all have our moments. That's close. Put those aside and cut this one apart. All right, so we've got 4 pieces. Got this last one to go. Let's get that one down there correctly. That would have been the way to do it. And then this one. Let me do it that way. Look at that. That's the way to do it. I feel like there's a song like that. And so the one thing that makes me very sad is that one of my nieces is having her first child soon. And this was her shower weekend, and I was supposed to go. And because I'm not feeling well, I am not even remotely going to expose, not even going to consider exposing my beautiful niece to anything I might have picked up. So I had to, you know, it was going to be a lovely weekend with most of my sisters, and, you know, I had to cancel, which was sad, but, you know, that's the breaks. Them's the breaks. So I'm using this great little tool. This is one of my favorite things. I have this, and then I have a smaller corner piece that does that. And pretty sure I got this at Temu a couple of years ago. But I love how quickly I can just get my corners done. And I have all these beautiful corners. This is from Dollar Tree. And this is the only thing I use it for. This is from Dollar Tree, this little mat, I think. It might be from Ollie's. I don't know. Honestly, don't remember. It's from either Ollie's or Dollar Tree. It's pretty thin. But I use it for messy stuff so I can keep my good Cricut mat in good shape. So I pull this out for when I'm doing ink and when I'm doing, I'm going to be careful. I don't need to cut my hand after this week. Anyway, I pull this little mat out when I'm doing messy things. If I'm doing Mod Podge, if I'm inking something up, if I'm doing the messy glue. Sometimes when I'm doing my ATCs, I'm really gluing like an entire back of something. So I lay it on the back of this. So I don't, you know, so I have it all kind of contained, and I don't need to, you know, there's no real cleanup. I've got a piece of hair bothering me. So there's that. This is just so nice and easy. And I want to do something. I might do something real quick when I'm finished with this. I see. And get these done. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. So I had enough pieces, almost enough to put together 3 of these little books. I thought I was just going to get 2, and then I thought I'm just going to pull in a few other extra pieces so I can go ahead and do 3. I am trying to build up some of these that are not just Christmas themed, because I have a lot of these already done with a beautiful Christmas theme. But so today in North Carolina, it got up into the 80s. It really went from winter fairly quickly straight into spring and summer. 1, 2, 3. So my now I will tell you how mean my sisters are, because my lovely wonderful sisters, we were all going to drive up together, and in one of in Susan's car actually. And that was the plan, but I can't go. So they've been stopping at Ollie's without me. Guys, can you think of anything more mean? It's just so unkind. How could they go without me? I will say I was thinking about, I gotta think about how to do this. So I wanted to see if these were what I thought they are, which they are. These are little perfect squares. So I'm going to start keeping these, and I'm going to make little, I'm going to get them all into one container. I'm not going to do it right now. I wanted to see. And then as I cut these corners, if I can make them perfect little squares and all about the same size, and if I use that one, I should be able to, then I can make little quilting patterns with different ones of these. I certainly have been a quilter. I do enjoy quilting. I just don't get to do it much anymore. But them's the breaks, right? That's just, you got to choose. Sometimes you just got to choose. Okay, so I have these lovely pieces. They are ready to go. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of bending, and I'm going to go through and do all of these. I'm just bending them over to make it easier on the paper. I'm bending with the actual cardboard. The cardboard is giving the paper a bit of support, so I'm not just cracking it in half. And what you really don't want is your paper to crack, because that's just not good. We don't want cracked paper. There are ways that, it's not horrific. I wouldn't throw a project away, but it does mean you have to do, to me, I do a little extra work on that sometimes. So, all right, let me go ahead and finish these and we'll come back. So I did one piece, and I wanted to kind of show you guys what I was looking like. I don't know whether it's just a kind of, look at the mess I'm making. I'm kind of wondering if this is less to do with what I just do with my, there it is, with the glue or with the nozzle, and more to do with the difference in this glue and how I might have filled it too high. I'm wondering if that was it, because it does push down your glue, right? So that's how it's coming out. And so I wonder if the mistake was in, I'm certainly willing to bet that for me, this was user error. But I think maybe what I need to do next time, because I am ordering another bottle, just so I have an extra bottle. I think that maybe I just overfilled it. That just occurred to me when I pulled it out. I was thinking, let me try this. Let me see what this does. And I have to be, it's really given off a lot of glue, but I took it out of the thing and it literally started pouring glue. So I'm not pressing the handle at all. I'm not even, and that might be the key. I'm going to try that. All right. And, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish these. So I've got one done, and or I've got these 2 pieces done. Let me go ahead and get these last few pieces done. I figured I wanted to show you as soon as I thought I might have an idea about what I did here. Oh yeah, it is literally just pouring out. I picked it up and it just kind of poured out. So I think I just need, oh my gracious, I'm making a mess. I may have to try to drain it and get like half of the glue out and see if that is really what the problem is, because that, see, that's doing better. That's doing better. I mean, and one of the reasons I'm showing you is that, you know, so often, you know, most of you, I'm sure you guys are smarter than I am, but when one person has an issue with something, or you know, there's a learning curve with something, usually, you know, so often we're all gonna, you know, so many of us are gonna have to deal with that and try to figure it out. So if I can figure out what it is now, yeah. So I guess my first thought would be, don't fill the bottle all the way up. So if you have one of the extra bottles, if you, when you order this, because honestly, it's a fantastic product and I, at this point, would not want to do without it. If you're going to fill it up, just don't fill it to the top. And then, oh, that's helping so much. Okay. It's a learning curve. All right, so with this right now, because I do have it like that, I'm not pressing this at all. We're not really, maybe just a tiny bit, because I don't really need to. That's so much better. I mean, you guys saw it just a minute ago where I was like pouring glue out, and now suddenly it's under control again. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. The other one I felt had kind of slowed down on me now. There's still a lot of glue getting off into your container. And I think I showed you all before, I do clean out the inside of, not the glue bottle, but the holder. Can you see that? It's got a bunch of glue right now. So that glue will dry, and I will, I'll clean that out, and hopefully, because that only happens when I have a little bit of user error, and then hopefully I'll be able to get, stop that from happening. But it's cleans out very well. Okay, there's that one. All right, I'm gonna finish. Last one. I did want to say that I think the people at My Sweet Petunia who created this particular glue gun, I think they're wizards. I think that they came straight from Harry Potter world, and I think they're wizards. Because that was too much. I put too much on that. Because these things are just brilliant. I mean, seriously brilliant. I haven't even had this thing that long, and I just cannot, I would not go back. I do not want to go back to my regular old-fashioned pin in the piece. It's so good. I tell you, this paper is very thick. I've got to think, I mean, I don't think it's 110, but it's, you know, maybe 80. It's good. Okay, so I have my pieces ready to go. Put those over here. And so this is going to be my first. That's 1. That's 2. Isn't that cute? And then that is 3. That is so cute. Okay. So I'm going to start by just getting my tops together. And again, this is so full. I'm not pushing it at all. I'm just letting the glue do its business. I'm going to center that as best I can. And I am going to burnish. I had someone recently ask me why do you do that? What does the burnish actually do? What it does, and if you don't know, what it does is it actually basically just combines the glue into the fibers of the paper or the cardboard, or that's what it does, and that's what you want. You want them to become one, so that they will be, make this nice, beautiful, permanent piece. I do find that I have less glue leakage if I do that first. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Don't squeeze, Sharon. It's hard not to squeeze it, honestly. You think, especially if you get used to it. You get used to squeezing it. But it is unnecessary. Oh, that slip was unnecessary. Okay. Got a little bit coming out. Okay. With that. So I've got my 3 pieces together, and the next thing I want to do is I want to try for the inside. I want to do a piece that's going to be, I don't want to make it too big. So I'm thinking, should I do 3x4? I got to think about that for a minute. 3x4 is going to give me, 3x4 will be fine. Okay, move those out of the way. But here's what I'm going to use. I have a Cricut machine at school. That's not mine. That belongs to the school. But I personally bought a whole ton of the Cricut stuff. And this is just the vinyl. This is just, it should be adhesive. And that's what it says. It's an adhesive roll. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if I can cut this down and use it. I'm going to cut it into the pieces that I need. We'll see. There may be some of you out there going, no, don't do it, Sharon. It's not going to work the way you think it's going to. But, sometimes we just got to make our own mistakes, right? Let's see how this mistake goes. All right, so I'm going to need 6 pieces, I think. And wait, how long is this one? Because Ollie still has a ton of this stuff. I'm running into it all the time. So it's 12. So if I do 3 inches, I will get, now I'm going to do it by 4 inches. If I do 4 inches, I think that's going to be, then I should be able to cut 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I should be able to get 4 pieces out of the first one. Okay. Let's see how this works. I'm just going to cut one. I'm going to do this first one. Try to get this in place. Okay. All right, so I've got it lined up, I think, pretty well. That looks pretty good. All right. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to cut it down into 3-inch segments. I'm laughing because I'm wondering, I really am wondering if you're someone on that end going, Sharon, don't do it, it's not gonna, let me know. If you were trying to warn me from afar, I'm okay with that. We'll see. But you know what? I was always taught that you never know until you try, right? Okay, so I have these pieces now. I'll put that there for a second because I'm just gonna run into that. Oh, no, nope. It's not being nice. There we go. I'm gonna try a back piece first. Actually, I'm gonna clean my hands real quick. Okay, my hands are clean. And let's see if I can get this up. Getting the backing off is always okay. And then we'll try it like this. So that does not look right. Okay. Huh. You know what? You all tell me what you think, but as odd as that is, and I guess I did not anticipate it really, molding to that, but I kind of like it like this. I think that's kind of cool. I wonder if I have something that I can put like right there in the middle. Huh. All right. So that would require my doing that. I'm going to do it to the... I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I kind of think it's cool. You all tell me what you think. It definitely molds to the paper, where the paper is. But at the same time, because I was so careful, with the, oh my golly, getting this down is hard though. I think I was fairly careful. Oh, something was in there. Bubbles. It's like a little mirror. That gives me ideas for other projects, I will say. Look at that. Oh. I really just don't think I'm going to make a change on that. I like it. But I am interested to see what you all think. Do you like it? All right, I definitely want to do this one with these. So right away, it's very clear. I'm going to go make sure that this is cleaned up and I don't have any pieces of glue or things hanging out here. There we go. All right, I think that's good. This is kind of fun. All right. You know what? Because this is hard to get off, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these and we'll come back. So I'm working on this very last one, and it occurs to me it would be easy enough to do a little bit of a wrap of a piece of this around a thin piece of cardboard, or even like a heavy duty paper. And that way you could actually even out. Well, let me do this so I cut my hand off. And that way you could even out it wouldn't have the ridges in the middle. It wouldn't show up like that frame that it is doing. But again, I'm really digging the frame, the way it looks. Yes, I said digging. just in case I know my beautiful daughter-in-law sometimes watches me, so yes, go ahead, let the laughter commence. All right, this time I'm going to try doing it from the top. See if I can get that nice and even. Worked out okay. Worked out better. So that one is off by a little bit. It's fine. You know, when you're working handmade, sometimes that happens. But it does tell me I'm not going to work from the bottom again. I'll work from the side. So for this one, I'm trying to get it exactly. Let's hope that I did it exactly. Yeah, this one worked out nicely. Oh, look at that. I really do like the way this is a gold frame. And I love the idea that you could actually put, because it looks like a frame. So how cool if you take a picture and put it right there in the middle. I'm good with this one. I'm good with this one. I'm going to switch that one out. I'm going to switch this up. Okay, so that part is all done, and I am ready to start putting these together. And here's what I'm going to do. It is 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, that was right to begin with. So those are my tops. And I'm going to come out a little bit. And I have all sorts of interesting goodies to put into these. So each one is starting. This is a beautiful piece of fancy vellum from Echo Park. So I'm going to put that one in, and I'm going to put in some of these pieces. Now I do want, oh, I haven't done that yet. See, I would jump in the gun. I'm going to put these aside because I was jumping ahead. And that was not wise. Okay. Those are so cute. So each one is going to get one of these cute little bags. And I have some little pieces to put in here from the set. And I have these really cool, okay, this is a dictionary page, or at least a section. And I have 3 of these. So in this one, I'll show you. This one has leprechaun on it. And I'm going to attach it like this. And then I've got this nice little fold going on here. So one has rainbow, and one has leprechaun, and one has, what was the last one? Clover, I think. Oh, sorry about that. But with each of these, I did not have enough of the cards to do a full set. And I did have this, so I made this one. I think that's kind of cute. I'm going to go ahead and make my pockets out of this. Where's my pocket punch? Okay, all right, started talking. Y'all weren't even with me. So I did use some extra paper that I had from a different set. So I'm going to go ahead, for each of these, I'm going to use my envelope punch and just do my 1.5. Cute is that. Is this one the one? Okay, this one, by the way, is too short. So I have this paper that I decided I'm going to use in a minute in the back. Before I finish this up, I'm going to glue this in and make it the right size, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to do this one like this. The rest of these are the correct height. I'm doing it at 1.5. And then this one. There were a lot of plain papers in this one. There were not as many, going to put it. I mean, there were plenty. Does that make sense? No, probably not. Okay, so these are great. These are good to go. I'm going to glue those together. This one, and I think there might be one for each of these. I need to make sure that this is going to be, I'm going to move this away for a minute just so I show you what I'm doing with this one, because I didn't want to waste any more of the paper, and I thought, I've got this cute little section. Why not use it? Oh, I kind of like that. Actually, I kind of like the stripe better than I like the other one. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up on my mat, quite frankly. And I know that it needs to reach the 4 inches. Let me line it up. Okay, so it's just going to be stubborn, isn't it? Okay, so I know that I need it to be at the 4 inches. Now, if you want to be absolutely sure and you're like, you know, why not go ahead and make it a little bit taller, and then I can just cut it down. And I can do that too. I mean, I might actually, because it might just, you know, look at that. I made the wonderful mistake of squeezing the glue. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in kind of as close as I can. But you can see I actually did decide I'm making it just a tad taller, because why not? You know, I can trim it down to what I need it to be. And now I'm going to have this cute little pocket. And I was able to make it all kind of work. So I'll trim this in a few minutes. So I have these set up in sections. This is I just want to keep all of this together. Move that to the side. And then let me do this next one. So yeah, I've got one of those for each. One, everybody gets one. Here we go. So that was one. Those are that. These are this. Gonna go to my, we're gonna go to that. I have to remember if that was supposed to be that way or that way. Really, that looks weird. That's because that was weird. I'm glad I caught that. I almost made that exactly wrong. Okay, so with this one, this is still correct. I mean, the width of it here is it's right. And then I'm just going to go back through, and probably for some of these, I'll do this side, and for some of them, I'll do the others. Let me put that right there. And then let me grab this last one. I have these wonderful pieces. I like this orange. Okay, there's that. No idea what time it is. And there's this. And oh, let's not do it that way. There's that. Okay, so this goes away. Oh, I love my little slotted stuff here. Which way do I want to do it? I'll do it this way. Oh, golly, I'm just building up some glue here, guys. Building up some glue. So, oh my golly, it's so much comes out at one time. I just have to be careful, because I do want, there, that's good. I mean, that's just going to be so cute. All right, that's that one. I'm going to trim those down in a few minutes. Which way should we do this one? think. I'll keep that side. Ha ha ha. See, I can learn. When you're putting it in, remember not to remember to keep it. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't want to push it over to the other side of that mountain piece. You know, you got the hill and you got the mountain, and you really want to keep it, good gracious. You really want to keep it straight on there. That's better. There we go. That was not even. Okay, getting somewhere. Now I'm just going to grab this little guy and quick trim. Move it in a little bit. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. Just shaving. We're just doing some shaving. And then for this one, I'm going to go ahead and, there we go. That actually is really cute. I might purposely do that in the future because I really like the way this kind of sticks out above. Okay, so there's one. I'm going to go ahead and do my 4 inches. And then I'm going to do my 3 inches. I think the reason that one's being a little bit particular. Okay. Put that with that and that with that. And then there's this one. This one I got pretty close, I think. And you know, the other thing you could do, if you're like, I don't want to accidentally trim too much from the side. I'm going to do that for just a second. I can certainly just, you know, grab my scissors. I can certainly just do this. And easy peasy, it's done. And I really do like the way, you know, front and back, that is doing something cool. You're still going to see that. Okay. Now is the time for me to try to put these together. Oh, I'm almost ready. Gracious. All right. Let me go ahead. I only need to glue. I only need to glue this little bit here. I'm going to move it over here because it is. I just have to be super duper careful. Two and 3. And the reason, I mean, of course, the reason, and I'm just going to do that, guys, that I am not doing the other side is because this is where I'm, you know, this is going to be cinched. So I don't need to do that part. Okay, so I'm just gonna do. That's better. So that was one set. Ah, I'm getting it again. What? There's a curve. This is going to be the second set. Set number 2. And here we go. I'm actually going to go ahead and put these over with these. Doesn't really matter, but okay. And then set number 3. So 1. Now I have, again, I've cut down a lot of things ahead of time. Can you all hear that? My boys are upstairs gaming. There it is. Okay. And those. Okay. So I've got those. Now, these are going to go in, and I need paper clips. Oh, what did I do with my paper clips? Oh, they're right here. So let me... Have I not opened these yet? It's possible. Let me get into... Okay, so I'm going to use this little guy at the moment. So I have these, you know, another Ollie's find. Shocker. Okay. Where is my... So this one should have rainbow. Rainbow is right there. So this is the side I'm going to use. This is just an old, and not even honestly that terribly old, dictionary. But the school was getting rid of, oh my gosh, tons of these. But I love doing stuff like, I mean, this isn't from the dictionary. It's from an old book that was getting rid of. Look how cool that is. I just love doing stuff like this. Anyway. Oh, that would be fun. I was just thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I had a stamp to put on these to show what it was? Okay, and this one's going to be Clover. Clover. Okay, so this one is Clover. Just trimming it up a little bit. Okay. Now I've got those pieces, which I might very well laminate and put and turn into bookmarks. Okay. So here's what I did with these, because I knew I did not want to cut these down. So we've got Clover, and I'm kind of tempted to... I'm not going to do it right now, but I was kind of tempted to, oh, good gracious, my brain, to highlight the word. Okay, so with this first one, let's see, I think we went, yep, because I wanted this to stay at 3 inches right there. So I came in at 2.5 inches. You can also do it this way. It depends on what you have, I mean, honestly. And then I'm going to very lightly, because this paper will just rip, I'm just going to come in and at 2.5 inches. So I want it to be able to fold it. That's not 2.5. That is 2.5 inches. Should have been 2.5 inches from here. Gada. Some days. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I have my 2.5 inches and my 2.5 inches, right? So then I took this one and I just kind of folded it back on here. Evened it out, folded this one up, and voila, you have that nice little pull out. Isn't that cute? And you can do, you know, I think I'll do orange. What am I doing? I'll do orange. Orange will be cool. So I've got 2 of those, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this. I could also just do, you know, 2.5 and then 2.5 from that. So 2.5 Yeah. And then 2.5 or just 3, which is the other one where it is. Like I said, really, really, really gently, or you'll rip the paper. I don't want to rip this. I only took one of the dictionaries. Because I didn't, I don't want tons of stuff sitting around. But I did think the dictionaries were cool, and I do use I do use these pages for different things. So as we were throwing them away, I salvaged one. Okay. Now I have that cute little piece. Okay. Now I wonder if I'm ready to start putting this all together. Maybe. I have these other pieces, and I'll show you what I've got. So I'm going to use some of these in the little envelopes, but I want to take a look at some of the other, the last final pieces that I have sitting here, salvaged. This big piece, I think that that's one of the pieces that's just not going to go anywhere right now. These pieces are good. Let's see, I got a bunch of those. Got the Irish, the Lucky. This one I cut off of the other one. Okay. I have, all right, this is it, guys. This is what I have. I do have some pieces. These are a couple of pieces from the Tim Holtz. I'm going to put those aside for a minute. Because I do have these. So I have 5 of these. And I decided I probably needed 2 for each. So 2, 4, 6. Yeah. So I think I'm going to put that Tim Holtz piece away for right now. Put that over there. I'm not really sure. I haven't completely decided about those. I do think I'm going to work on these for just a minute, as you all are so patient with me. And put that there. This is everything. I mean, this is everything. Wow. Okay, let me put these aside. So I have these cute little pieces. And I kind of like them. I think I know what I'm going to do. Let's see if I'm going to see if I have a punch that works with this. Do I have I have a million circle punches. Every size you could possibly want. Watch me not have that size. I gotta say. It just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh. What do I do with all my circle punches? All right, one moment, please. Okay, I am using my 3/4 inch. Just shot that one up. I'm going to punch out these cute little smiley faces. Ow! I just caught my hand. Ow! That was not fun. Let me not put my hand in the middle of the punch. And I think what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to attach them about halfway in and make them into little tabs. Okay, so that's that one, and then there is this one. Because I had already cut these down, I could not use the 1 inch, but this one at the 3/4 of an inch is practically perfect in every way. Even though those things are flying at me. Oh my goodness. I'll do this one upside down. That is the joy of having so many different size punches. I love my little EK. Okay. So I've got those. Oh my God, I'm going to get a blood blister. Look at that. It's really cute. So I only have 2 of these. I'm going to use 2 on each. And really, I'm just going to I'm going to eyeball it, guys. I just am just not going to stress this one. I'm going to try not to stress this one. Y'all know me. Like, that'll work, but I can try. I can try. Okay, so I'm going to put this one right about there. So that's 1 tab for this set. Keep this set together. So this would be the next one. I have to decide which side I'm going to do this on. I think I'm going to do it on this side. Yeah, I'll use that little guy. But this one is going to go here because the other one went up there. Let's see how those sit together. Oh, cute. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do those on there in a minute. Let me go ahead. I tell you what, let me go ahead and finish up. I'm going to put those aside because I know what I'm going to do with those. So I'm going to start working on this one in particular. Let that one dry. This one, oh yeah, once I put the holes in, I'm going to put some of these little cards inside here. So that's going to go with that. And then we have this. Now, these are the ones that I was thinking about going in here, but I have to decide what I'm going to do up here. Because I can just trim it down and just keep the other piece. I mean, that's a possibility. So I have 3 of those, and certainly one question is, am I going to do any pockets? I think I'm going to turn this piece into a belly band. Right here. There we go. Just I'm going to do it like that because otherwise I'm just going to have kind of a mess. All right. I'll trim that a little bit because it went off by just a little tiny bit. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so I've got that. And there are certainly other things I can do with these. I don't need to... Maybe I should trim some of these and turn them into additional pockets. Because I kind of like... Or is that too busy? That might be too busy on that one. Now it's just me working out what I want to do with these. Like maybe. Okay. I'm going to do this. Let's see if I can get it lined up properly. I'm going to do this. And then, I don't know if y'all can see, I'm going to cut this at an angle. I'm going to try to line this up so I can get an angle here. Not bad. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it's a cute little pocket, isn't it? Cute. Okay. As you can see, I'm just not, I'm not pressing my leg here at all. Meaning I'm not pressing. too cute. I think, all right, I have a plan for that one too. Okay, it was harder than it looked, but I thought, how fun if I make like a little medallion to go here. So this is 1.5 inches that cut out. I didn't like the way it turned this one out. I need that one to be like 1 3/4, but the 2 inches was too big. But I'm gonna swing that around a little bit and just put this nice little medallion on here. Oh my golly, how cute is that? Okay. So those, what else have I got here? Then I have this one. Now, if I do all of these, I'm going to end up with none left. The one saving grace for this one, because I didn't like the way it cut, is that I could do a fussy cut. Y'all know I like to do my fussy cut. I like the way it looks. I mean, I really do. Sometimes when you do these, it just makes it pop so well. And so I like that. Although it can be kind of a pain, but it's worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it. There you go. Okay. The one thing about fussy cutting is I find it difficult to talk and fussy cut at the same time. There we go. I'm getting somewhere. Salvaging. I wanted to salvage this piece. I think I'm going to do it. There we go, and this, and this last one. This is fun. It really is, kind of. Y'all let me know. Do you like to fussy cut? Is it just me? Okay. Got it. Now that one's going to go, because I'm going to be doing through there. I think I'm going to put this on this side. Cute. Now, if you want to keep hanging out with me, this is honestly what I'm going to keep trying to work through these. And I'm going to hang out here while I do it. Hang out with you guys. Cute. Now I could have inked that too. That might have made it even pop more. I love this one. Is coming together so cute. Oh, gracious. Okay. I'll put this aside. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And I'm going to start kind of putting these together. So I'm going to do that. And then the next thing I want, I have pre-cut all of this. So I'm going to put in, this is effectively 10 sheets. And then I think we're going to do, I think I'll do that guy behind here. No, that's already got enough going on. Do that one like that. Okay. And then I'm going to do this one. And then this is 10 just regular papers. Then we have him. And we'll see if this all fits. This is my thought process here. That. And this one. And I want that to go there. And then, let's see, we have that. I'm only going to do one section of the, let's see, is that everything? Yeah. And then one more of these. And then that's going to be kind of thick. So I want to think about that for a minute because this is now quite thick. Is it going to work? I think it will. So we've got, how much paper in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I kind of think I'm going to take some out of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of making that a set of 10, I'm going to do 5 there. I'm going to leave the 10 there. I'm going to do 5 there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 5 there. Leave that there. Okay, I might leave the 10 right there so that there's like some extra in the middle. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's still a lot going on in there. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. I'll be able to cinch it. And then I have other things to put in there, some things to put into pockets. So if I make it too thick, I won't be able to put the other pieces in. That's going to be so stinking cute. Okay. Let me go ahead. I'm going to move these out. I don't think... Okay, I have to remember that it's okay to throw stuff like that away. It's okay. It's too small to use. It's okay. I'm actually going to keep that. I have a reason. Oh, I forgot to put these in. Oh, that's what's missing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6 for this one? One, 2, 3. Oh, I cut it up. Okay. Those go in later. Those are going to have to go in later. Okay. I have a plan now. Okay, my next one. I just have to remember what my plan is. So these two are going to get these. I'm going to do that one and that one. I'm trying to put this guy in my hand. All right, there's that one. And then the next one goes like, yep. Seriously. So just when I think I have the glue here figured out. Okay, and then that one. That's those two. Let those dry for a minute. Then I have these three. Okay. So I think I'm going to do that as a belly band right there. I'm going to grab a wipe for this glue because it is just fighting me. I love how I grab one wipe and like three come out. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stop for a minute and clean this up. Okay, I cleaned it up a little bit and I switched back to my original container. I don't know, I think there's still more to learn about that glue. But I'm getting there. This has turned into quite a long video, but I'm kind of okay with that. I think it's kind of cool. All right, so let's see what the next one is I want to do. I like this one. Here's what I was actually thinking, guys. I was thinking if I can cut, even if I don't cut it out, look how cute that is. If I can line that up on the inside and then trim the rest of it, that works. I'm going to try that. Let's see what happens. Now, this is going to be kind of a pain because to get it on here requires some moving around. What did I do? What did I do? This'll do. Cute. Don't do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim these sides up to start with. I'm going to trim that down and some of this one down a little bit. I like this. All right, I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing here. Sorry. I'm going to have to try to widen it so you can see it, but it's hard to. It's right in the way. Okay, let me see where we are with this one. Okay, go this way. Cute. Do a slight trim down here. Is it even? It's perfectly even, but it's funny because when I look at it, it doesn't exactly look even. And I'm just going to go, it's just going to be a medallion on here. So I'm going to go ahead and just attach the whole thing. So I am really happy with that. Now on the back of it, let's see if I want to do. I don't know. Let's see. I may want these for more medallions. Oh, no, I gotta decide ahead of time, don't I? So I could do another pocket. Those are cute. And line that one up. That's cute. Okay. I mean, what really happened with some of these is that I didn't have as much of the cute decorative paper left because I used so much of it in the last one, and I'm really down to a lot of scraps with this right now, so, which is kind of cool. I think for this one, I'm gonna go really easy on this one. Not that. I want my other one. I want my rounder. Oh, what do I do with my rounder? Gracious me. They look exactly the same. I think I'm just going to give this one a cute little, and that's it. I like that right there. But to add just a little flair, it's going to be a tiny pocket. Look how cute. Come on. There, that's better. Okay, so next one. Let's do this next one. Okay, so I like that luck in the front, followed by, let me move these for a sec. Oh my golly. I'm making a mess, guys. Those are good to go for the next ones. Something like that. Are they? We have to count those. Okay. So, what do we have? We have 5. And then the next one should be that one. And then behind that one's going to be this set. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just like some nice little sketch paper. And behind it is going to be that one. And then 5 of those. And then that one. Wait, there was something missing. The newspaper goes behind that one. I am trying to use kind of a formula with these. I think it helps. I think it helps a lot. Okay, so behind this one, I'm good, is going to be the newspaper. And then a set of those. And then that was the newspaper. And then behind that one is going to be this. And I think that last one had 10, didn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5. One of these had 10. Yep. That one didn't. So I'm going to do it right here. Okay, that's going to be booklet number 2. Last one. I'm really enjoying these. Okay, so we have that and that. Those are the ones. I put those aside. Uh-oh, did I lose one? No, okay. So this one is going to get, I'm going to put this one halfway through. So I'm going to put this one in the front. And don't you move on me. You know, you got to talk to them. Sometimes you just got to talk to them. Okay, there's that first one. And then the second one goes halfway down. So, can you hear that? That is Sophia clip-clopping her way down the stairs. Can you feel it? I can hear it. Okay. Good. All right, so I know that one's going to be later. So then I have these 3. Now let's see. For the other ones, I did a belly band on one of them. So I have It's Your Lucky Day and the Kiss Me's. I think I'm going to go ahead and just use It's Your Lucky Day, but I'm going to turn it into a pocket because they don't all have to be exactly the same. And I am just making a mess of this glue, aren't I? It'll be fine. Okay. So there's that one. It's cute. Yeah, it's fine. And am I going to put something behind it? I don't think so. I think that's going to be just that. It's got a pocket in the front. So then this next one, am I going to do anything with that one? That's the question, isn't it? Maybe something on the back side of it. Maybe a cute little pocket on the back. Yep. This one's going to go all the way down. Cute. Okay, this one is going to get one of the medallions or one of those pieces. So, let's see, which one? Maybe the bow tie? Bow tie's cute. I mean, I could punch out the smiley face. I'm going to do the bow tie, and I'm going to do it nice and easy. I'm just going to trim it up a wee bit. Actually, I think that's about right. I think that's all I needed to do. Oh. And once again, we'll make a little tiny pocket because I kind of think those are super fun to have this. It's almost a hidden pocket. You at first think it's just you know, at first you probably think it's just completely on there, and then you might realize it's a pocket. Cute. Now, do I want to put anything on? Here's my last question. I'm kind of tempted to put a little tuck right here. I'll show you what I mean. Because I'm going to cut around the rainbow, you know, as best I can, but these rainbows weren't perfectly symmetrical, so that helps. Okay, doing that. I'm going to do just this. And now I have that cute little tuck. Maybe I can put that in. Tickled. Okay. We're going to put those in some of those once we do that. And move these aside. I have 3 of these left. That's good. Okay. That was Holtz, so I don't need to worry about that one. I'm moving these out of the way because we are actually almost at the point of putting them finally together. Okay, so 1, 2. Now I'm going to go back, and first things first is one of these guys. Which one do I want to do? I'm going to do that one. And then, oh my word, 5, not 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5. Then the high one. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this really is a decent sketch paper right here. Okay, and then the next one is going to be one of these. And then 5 of those. And then this one. And then the newspaper. And then more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that one, that one, and this last one gets 10, so people get like some extra paper. Really use that notebook. Okay, oh my word. I am so excited to start putting these together. I cannot tell you how excited I am to start putting these together. Okay, let's get out our cinch. I will tell you right away, I'm going to go ahead. These are all the little pieces that I have left, and all of them are going to be distributed into the book, into the books. And I may actually have completely, let me get that out of the way. Oh, can't believe it. I may actually completely finish smashing a pack. Okay, 1 second. Now I have to figure out how many I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to pull these out and start from scratch. I love my cinch, by the way. I love it. I do not understand this whole thing. I've never been able to understand it. I don't understand it, but I make it work. Okay, so 2, 3, come on, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I do 8, that's kind of approximately how much I cover. I feel like that's a lot. I mean, if I do 6, 8's a lot. It's going to really take me to the edges. I could do 6 and just kind of keep it right in the middle. I mean, I could do 7, but 7's probably a better choice, but it's a lot harder to do on this thing, to do the odd numbers. What am I going to do? What am I going to do, guys? Okay, let me try one. So I finished cinching these two little guys before I realized that the camera had gone off. So let's just finish this last guy. let's just do this one. The cinch is always very interesting to me, trying to get it when I'm doing an odd number. I have to say it is a pain in the neck. I think it's a pain in the neck. All right, I'm going to be just over 1 on this one. And I'm trying to get it as even as possible. So, one thing I learned with this is perfect. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. But this side, which is not, surprising, I have to go through and make sure I just kind of trim the gold here, and then it's fine. So I've already done this on the other ones. Pretty much it was when I was talking to you all about trimming this, and oh, look what happened, that I realized you weren't with me anymore. So it really is just poke it up, and it's holding great to the rest of it. It's not an issue at all. So cool. All right, so the rest of these I have put a little bit of washi tape here to make sure I do these correctly. Because this one's tough. Okay, I've got all that. This one feels like it's a little bit uneven. Why does it feel uneven? There. And this one, I try to get the newspaper kind of centered. As centered as possible. This part's going to be sometimes you got to really give it some power. Okay. A little bit of my lucky got cut into, but all right. Oops. Too quick. So let me go ahead and get this one all lined up. I love when these come together. They're so much fun when you're on kind of this final stage and you're able to do that last cinch it together. I am using the 5/8 of an inch cinch wire, and I get my cinch wire from Michael's, and I love it. Okay, let me put this away. Look, I'm so excited. But you know what? This is all of my St. Patrick's Day stuff, so I don't know. What am I going to do? It's kind of cool, though. Okay. So I'm going to see about putting some stuff into some of my pockety things here. What am I going to put in here? I like the little Kiss Me I'm Irish. And we're going to put a little... Really, it's all good. Let's see, what do I have here? I think, because I like these like this. I like being able to pull it out and having it open. Let's see what happens if I do like a bigger rounded corner. That doesn't work. I still have that. It doesn't really bother me. I don't know if it would bother someone else. Do y'all think that would bother somebody, that it's got this kind of little... Yeah, it probably would. It probably would. So what am I going to do with that? I have a little bit of... I could do a flag. I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to come back to those in a minute because I have a couple of those to do and I have an idea about those. So this one has this cute little tuck. I'm going to put that there. I think that's so cute. And then we've got all of our paper. And I'm going to start putting some little pieces in. This one, is that a tuck? That's a tuck. And look at how fun this is. And then this one's got to get something. Maybe luck. That one's got some little luck going in. Let's see what I can give this guy. That's a very small pocket. I'll have to think about that one. I'm not going to use that right yet. That right yet? Okay, that one's got another, that's not a pocket though. That's right. I'm gonna put this one in here. And then I'm gonna give that one right there. And that one gets that. And then let's see, did I fill these yet? Put that in there. I had something else on here, didn't I? I got that has that. That's got its little piece there. This one needs, that one needs that. What do I have left? Oh my goodness. All right, can y'all believe this? So, okay, I'll move this out of the way. Let me see what I'm gonna do with these last few pieces. I've got a tiny bit of stuff here and there. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, I think I'm gonna make a couple of these just cute little flags. Let's get that out there. One on that side. And then one on this side. And I'm going to go ahead. That is cute. What happened here? I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of and right there. Oh. Okay. There's that one. I'm gonna do something the same thing on each of these because I really like it. Do like this. I think these little flags are cute. Let me see what I have to use for the flags for this one. I have this. So let me cut down, it's probably about a 1/2 inch. Let me close that one back up again. This one had a tuck space somewhere, or there's a belly band in one of these. Let me find that real quick because I know that I wanted to add something to the belly bands, just to kind of point out they were belly bands. There's that one. And then these. There it is. So that's going to go there. Oh my goodness. Golly, I think is that just too small? That's just too small. Got one more piece to use here. I'm going to let's see how big this is. This is 3 inches, so in order for me to make that, I'm going to need to do it 2.5. I'll give it a 1/2 inch. So if I do 2.5 inches, that should be one. And then I can do 2 inches. That should be that one. I'm going to take off that little bit. I'm going to figure that one out in just a minute. Because I gotta tell you, I don't think I've ever really and completely and totally smashed down to nothing. I'm super excited. Although it was a long video, so I love it. I always ask you guys, if you're still with me, let me know, please. I'd love to know, who hung out with me till the end. Like I say, it always helps me know I'm not just talking to myself. Not that that's a problem. I'm good with talking to myself. Do it all the time. But it's nice to know that maybe there's somebody out there listening. Okay, I think on this one, I'm going to do it like that. And that is one way where you can really hide, you can really fix that little hole and not lose that space. I will say when I did these, I realized kind of early on when I was cutting papers with this pack that you did lose space. You were not getting a full 6 inches with the hole there where it was. So this one's gonna do this. I'm just really tickled that this worked out this way, because I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with these. I didn't want the hole to show. Y'all tell me if you like this solution. And then I'm not losing that extra bit at the top because, I used every bit of it. Look how cute these are. Okay. So I'm actually going to do it this way. I'm going to put this in like that. Oh. Yes, 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 yes. I probably still need to make some paper clips for these. So that's one for that one. And then this one, do the exact same thing. This one's got a lot going on. That one has a lot going on. Let me see if I've got one that has a little bit less happening. Where's the other one? 1, 2. Huh. You know, the gremlins get into these. You're doing that. It's kind of funny. Where's that? 1. I'm losing my mind. And then there's that one. There it is. There's that one. Okay. I was like, did I miss one? No. And then there's this one. It's got to have this little guy. Do it this way. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think it's fair to throw that itty bitty piece away. I have these pieces. I have these little pieces. So I'm going to give this guy a place to live. Oh, there's already one in there. So let's see if there's a space for this one in, maybe in here. Put him right there. I kind of wondered about doing one on here. I don't want to do it that way. I could do it that way. This is my deciding. I am finishing this set. I'm going to do another one here. Just a little pocket. There's so many pockets. Now this one, I'm just going to trim a little bit off of this guy. Not a whole lot. Because I need something. Wait, is that the pocket? No, that's not the pocket. I want to find that one where it has that surprise pocket right there. And then I think this one has a surprise pocket too, doesn't it? This one's got that. That's tuck. Not there. That one has that. Okay, this one had that one. But this one has... Not another surprise pocket. Okay. Honestly, this teeny tiny piece, I am just going to it's funny about scrapbookers. We can't just leave it. We can't just say no. So what's going to be about half of this? That is a quarter. It's going to be about an eighth. I'm just going to do it this way because I'm not going to be able to. I'm just going to make this cute little and then write just a little note card there. So looks like I still have, this was not part of this set, so I'm not going to worry about that one. I still have this little one. I'm going to fold this guy. And then oh, that did not go well. Let me see if I can fix this. Decided I was going to make him into a cute little envelope. And I still can, because he doesn't have to do anything more than that. And then where's that teeny tiny tuck space? This is one. Look at the little envelope. Wait, I got to do it the other way around. And do I have, I do. 1 second. I know what I need for that. I know what I need. I need this. Oh, how cute is that? Okay. I'm almost done. Almost done. Okay, this is it. Look, it's smashed. It is pretty much completely smashed. This is just too big for what I made here. So I will put it aside with my other St. Patrick's Day pieces. But the last thing I'm going to do is grab this. And I'm just going to cut myself a little section of this cute little stuff. And move these out of the way. Oh my golly, I'm so happy with those. So I think I want 2. Let's see if this is the right way to do this. I think I want 2 of these. Yeah, that's going to be fine. I think I want 2 of these for each, so that's going to be 6. Really, can you hear them gaming up there? Honestly, I don't care. As long as little Brit is not in pain. 3, 4, 5, 6. And I am going to switch off between these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, I got these at Ollie's. I don't know if they still have them. I feel like they do. I feel like the last time I was at Ollie's, I saw that big container, $4.99 for all of these. I thought it was a decent deal. Let me put these out of the way. And then you do want to make sure that your short section there is on the bottom. Otherwise, it's not going to go through. So I'm really just going to do this. It's not going to be quite that big. Honestly, that gave me a lot. So what I might do is double it. That's if I can get my fingers to do what I want my fingers to do, because my fingers don't always work this way. Let's see if we can get that through. All right. So there's my little, see if we can get that through there. Cute. That works. That's actually really cute. Oh, that's cute. All right, so what I'm doing with these, that's the length. I think the length on this is 6 inches. So basically, because I'm using these smaller paper clips, I'm going in half, half again. I'll go back and fix the other one. It's definitely giving me this nice full look, but it's kind of a pain. There we go. And I can go trim those afterwards. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. As soon as I finish these, I'm going to do a walkthrough. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead and finish these. Last one. All right, I'm on my last one. I find that when I'm trying to do this, it helps if I just really stretch. Kind of make it rope-like. Then I'm going to put it through here. There you go. It is quite something. All right, got that one. Now, I want to make sure I put one in this front one. Oh my golly, I love it so much. And I think I'm going to go back to the middle. Yeah. Move that one over a little bit. There we go. Oh my golly. So the front one has the cute little fold over piece. So I'll just do that. I have to say, I am tickled pink that these turned out like this. Done. Okay. What do y'all think? I know it was a very long video where I was working through, and it was really very much a process video, which I didn't think I was going to do, but smashed an entire paper pack. And I'll just take you through each one really quickly. The warnings, we've got this wonderful vellum, the paper clip, and then the fold over piece. We've got the file tabs with the smiley faces and the drawing paper. There's tuck pieces in. I mean, this is just so chock full. And then, of course, this one is rainbow on that one. And lots of that. We've got the belly band here. And the little envelope. And then the very cool reflective fronts and backs. So they're all pretty close. I mean, other than the actual, a lot of the actual pieces are the same. Are different. The concept, what's in them is pretty much the same concept. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. This part one has a lot in it. I love the little tuck page. This one has clover for its little page. It's got the little pieces. And then finally, we have this one. I'm really happy with the way that the gold came out on this. You really do open it up and you find your pot of gold. I think that's cool. With little tuck spots, Lots of writing pages. This one has leprechaun. And then all sorts of little things. I'm so happy with it. Okay. I hope you like it too. I really, really do. This was definitely a labor of love. So this counts as my first smashed 6x6 for March. Very exciting. And I will see you guys with my next one next time. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, hit the hype if you feel the urge, and I will see you next time. Cheers.